We're going to do kind of a whole mixture of different activities here, but I do want to talk about reading and history because it's a really big part, okay? So let's read about what happened following slavery, okay? What happens afterwards. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm going to model it for you. That means I'm going to not model like, hey, look at my hair, but I'm going to model it and show you how I would go about reading it, okay? And you guys are going to then kind of take it on. You're going to show me how you're doing it, and then you guys are going to finish the reading with your partners first, and then independently after that. Okay, so what I want you guys to do right now is you're just following along, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to be using these post-it notes. Okay, this is what we're going to be doing our reading. So slavery is now over. Now what? In the years right after the Civil War, freedmen, former slaves, were able to vote and participate in the government thanks to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments and the civil freedoms of blacks living in the South and even in the North. Okay, so that's a lot of information. What I want to do is I want to take that and summarize it into, one or two sentences. All right. So what I'm going to do, and you guys can go ahead and follow along and take your post-it out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to think about what I just read, okay, and I'm going to try to write really small to preserve the post-its, because these are going to be your notes from the actual reading. So I'm going to write over here that even though African Americans were no longer slaves. Okay, so I can't read it, sorry. Okay, any thumbs up as soon as you finish writing that? Well, some of you guys have larger ones, so I should look at the organizer. I have the smaller ones. If you need the larger ones, if it helps you because of your writing, please let me know. I'm guessing to you. Okay, it's good? Good. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to read. This kind of takes all that information, guys. You'll notice there are some details that aren't there. Like I didn't include the president names, I didn't include the amendments, and that's fine for right now. Whenever we're summarizing, what we're doing is we're looking for the main points, okay? We're looking for the main idea. If, let's say there's a test coming up, or if there are guided questions that ask for specifics, I then go back and I figure it out, all right? So now I'm going to read the next two paragraphs, okay? And then show you guys, I'm going to add to that post-it note or create a new note. Thank you guys, you're doing a fantastic job so far. Making adjustments. The end of slavery meant major social changes for all because slavery had kept black and white societies apart for so long. Once free, former slave black people. Northern states varied in the way they accepted the new arrivals, but segregation was common all over the nation. All right, does anyone have an idea of how I can summarize that? So just kind of put it maybe in one sentence. What did this section really talk about? What was the main focus on that? Who thinks they can have it? So, let's see here. Think of it for a second. Okay, you got it? So raise your hand if you think you could kind of summarize that in one sentence. I see Anna, I see Diego, I see Alexandra. Okay, so Diego, go ahead.
This two paragraphs were about the changes that people made because the people were freed from slavery.
So they definitely made changes, but what did they add? There's one that those terms that we see in black are extremely important. Cheryl.
I think that although the blacks were free and everything, there's black folks that made them have less rights and freedom than most people.
Definitely. You definitely want to mention the black codes. So let's add that. So black codes were passed